Hey everybody, welcome to our weekly Essential Island Living Team Builders call. It's super, I don't think this is the list, babe. It's super nice to see all of your faces, and I'm sure a few more people will pop in. Let me get off just my face here. Um, so just total honesty that tonight I facilitated a math night at our school. And Kanani was supposed to facilitate this call tonight, but because of Mary Monarch practice, she couldn't make it. So we're going to plow full steam ahead, although my level of steam is pretty like I am tired, very, very, very tired. And talking to kids is one thing, but talking to lots of parents is a whole nother ball game. So yeah, I think that's the list. I also know that I need to announce the winner of last week's why, and I have a couple of prizes that are on my desk, and you can see I'm in my bed, so I'll go grab those before the night is over. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our oil protocol. Grab an oil that's close to you. I'm going to go with Breathe Stick tonight, actually. And I want to share something with you guys that I just learned and I think is interesting. So feel free to do your inhales like this. And something new I learned is called a dobong. So you put an oil in your hand and you kind of make a circle and a cover it, and you it's pretty amazing. Now, depending on what oil you use, you might not like it, but I mean, I'll tell you, I love that with Breathe. I just love it. So, yes, for those of you that know, you understand why it's called a dobang, but it's a new little trick I learned. It's really invigorating. I really love it. So, all right. Let's go ahead and do our affirmations. Take a couple deep breaths. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I can. All right. So tonight's call is, I promise you, going to be short and sweet because I am super tired. And honestly, this topic I don't think is one that we need to really draw out. I wanted to just a couple of things. Hold on, sorry. Builders call to action. Thank you for those of you that have posted your LLV testimonies in the Essential Island Living group. Please continue to do that. We have about half the month left, but we've already had at least 3 people start on LLV, which I think in itself is a win. And getting more interest and more knowledge is so powerful. Be sure to register for the Healthy Habits event on May 9th. If you can, please attend the business event. And if you can't attend that one, please at least attend the live, or I shouldn't say the live event. They're both live events. The customer event from 7 to 9. Both are open to anyone, even if you don't have a doTERRA wholesale account or signed up as a wellness advocate. So if anybody that's interested in sharing, that 2 to 5 p.m. would be amazing for them. And then also for you. And the 7 to 9 p.m. event is really open to everyone. So let's try to rally the troops and definitely get as many people there as we can. So let's make a connection to that. when we talk about the power of the personal connection, I think that in today's world, it's super, super easy to get, um, how do I say this? To get complacent and reliant, overly reliant on modalities like social media. Okay. So, a perfect example is the Make and Take event that I had at Friends and Fair last week, Friday. And it was an awesome event. If you haven't checked out that space, it's so cool. She does all kinds of workshops, wood sign making. She's going to have art classes there. It's really, really cool space. Every Saturday at 10 a.m., she does a $5 like upcycled craft too for kids. So definitely go check it out. But I was getting no traction. The first time we did the event, I actually had to cancel it or we decided to cancel it because we had no one that RSVP'd for it. And so the second event, I'm doing all of the things, posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook. But it wasn't until I sent personal invitations via text, which, even though they're personal, I'm using an app that's generating these texts, but inserting their first name. The app is called Hit 'em Up. You can try a free trial of it. I would definitely suggest trying it like when BOGOs come around. Really easy to use. I know Kate uses it. I'm pretty sure Keisha does. Really affordable and really such a huge time saver. And if you get text from me, you've probably gotten a text from the app. But it wasn't until I sent out those personalized invitations that I got any responses. And I ended up having 4 people who came, and one who just signed up yesterday, who I've been talking to for months. And it comes down to this. It comes down to the power of personal connection. It comes down to the fact that, I mean, if somebody really is interested in something, they really want something, they see it on social media, they're going to reach out to you. But if when you post stories on your Instagram, you can see who's viewed those stories. And if there's somebody who you've never reached out to or never thought was interested in essential oils, or, is just kind of in the wings waiting, they're probably waiting for you to make the first connection. And there is nothing more powerful than personal connection. If you think about everyone that I'm looking at on this call, either you're an educator, or you work in a public service field, or you work in a restaurant with other people, or you work with children and their families, and people come to you, people trust you in whatever capacity in your life because of the personal connection that they have with you. They entrust you with their children's lives. They entrust you with their children's education. And let's be real, maybe when you're a teacher, they don't necessarily have that trust in the beginning, but you work at building the power of the personal connection and that relationship. And that's really what life comes down to. We're not just in the business of getting people the highest quality essential oils that exist on this planet. We are in the relationship building business. And so I think it's really, really, really critical that we remember that social media has a place and it's awesome, but nothing is ever going to resonate more with people than that relationship, than that personal connection, feeling like you took the time to think of them and reach out to them. A similar example is I'm currently participating in a social media EIL drops education experience. So we sent 5 participants 5 samples of oils, and every day we go live about that oil. Now, another crossline leader, not related to me at all, or, not even in our same organization at all, she is facilitating a private page for just the participants. So she does daily posts there and giveaway posts there, but it's our job to all go live on our social media pages. But I posted about it and I wasn't getting any interest. So what did I do? I started looking at the people that were seeing my posts and reaching out to them and saying, are you interested in participating in this event? And I got 4 people signed up that way. And then I did get one person that came to me about it. But I guess I just want us to remember that while social media is a great thing, and not everyone here, relies heavily on social media, but we have to remember that there's nothing that makes people feel more valued, seen, honored than actually taking the time to reach out to them personally. And in today's world, I think a text is totally like it's the easiest way to get in touch with people without feeling like you're calling. How many times, it's so funny, I can text people all day long, but I can't pick up the phone all day long. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't really work. Like tonight, several people were texting me. I was getting ready for math night. I can easily shoot them back a text, but it's not really convenient to be talking on my phone to them. So um I just want to, and I really don't know what Kanani was gonna share about with this, but I don't think it's rocket science. And so I want you to think about someone right now that really you would like to give a little bit more personal attention to, maybe somebody that you've been trying to talk to about the business, or a customer, or somebody you've been maybe hesitant to talk to about essential oils. And just think about your relationship with that person, and how either you're going to help to grow your relationship, or how you are going to approach them about the business or about the product. And if anybody wants to share, like, those are two of my most recent stories. But in this business, we say a lot. It can take up to 7 touches for people to be ready. And you guys, it's literally the 2 people I enrolled yesterday were people. One is somebody who has been on my contact list for literally 3 years. 3 years. I kid you not. Okay. I kid you not. And and Keisha's covering her eyes because that was Keisha too, right? 3 years it took for her to finally be ready. And I'll tell you, there was probably more than 7 touches there. Okay. But another one was probably right around 7 touches. And it was all through personal connection, because she's not really active on social media. So someone like that, the only way I'm going to be connected with her is through, in this case, text. Most of my connections are through text, or like Instagram messages really are my 2 ways. So does anybody want to share a success story, or even troubleshoot somebody that they're kind of stuck with and needing some advice in terms of how to use that power of the personal connection in your favor? Anything other than listening to me talk all night. Oh, okay, Janice, I'm going to mute myself and come unmute you. All right, Janice, take.
Hi. So I think it was last week, this past Sunday, I got a call from my cousin's friend, my cousin introduced the oils because my cousin is on, and this was last summer, July. So I always invited her to a class, to your guys' class and my class, and never got responses. And then just Sunday, she texts me, go, Janice, hi, this is Susan. I'm like, okay, Susan who? But I just went along with it. Okay, hi, I need oils. I'm like, oh, what kind of oils? So she has like allergies and stuff like that. And she said, I think I need some breathe and peppermint. Okay, what do you think? I'm like, whatever you want to try. And so she lives down the road. I packed my car. I took the oils to her house. I even lent her my diffuser so she could try it, because, like when you topically put it or you inhale it, it's different than when you diffuse it all day. So I gotta call her tomorrow because I told her I'd give her a week to find out if it feels good. So actually cheated. I called her yesterday, and she said she's doing really good. She's feeling better. And then she texted me this morning, I need to buy a eucalyptus. I go, okay. So I'm kind of like wondering, I want to ask you guys, how do I kind of like turn her so that she can start getting her own, like she's starting to like the oils. So how do I go about kind of like talking to her about it more, you know?
I'm gonna unmute your leader so she can tell you how. I mean, I have
Okay.
my ideas, but
Okay.
go ahead, Kate.
All right. So I know Janice and I had talked about this earlier this week. So one thing that I had recommended to her, especially when she's ready and she knows kind of what she wants to buy, um, is definitely see if you can lock her in to do like a mini class. And it doesn't have to be the whole thing. If she's like, it depends on, you have to kind of read her too. I mean, I'm sure she is open to learning at this point because she's asking you for things. So I would try to set up a class with her, or even hey, let's just talk about some oils. And then you can go through what we usually do in a class, and really tailor it to her needs, because now you know what those needs are. If you know that she wants eucalyptus and breathe, you already know you want to talk about respiratory health, and whatever else those are. Because I think the most important thing is really listening to what that person is wanting and why they want that. And then you can recommend other products. And as you go through that, some of that class, you're going to hear more and more needs come up that you can recommend things for. And then the tricky part is that switch when you are ending the learning part and going into the close and just giving the information. I like to think about it that I'm just explaining how they can get these oils. So either I can sell them to you, you can get them the retail price, or if you become a member, just like Costco, you can get them at the wholesale price at 25% off. And then to become a member, there's two different ways. You can either pay the $35 fee, and then you can pick and choose all the oils that we've been talking about that you want, or here is a flyer with all the different enrollment kits. If you find that one that fits your needs, then you can choose that, and that $35 fee is waived. And I mean, at this point, because I kind of know where you are, Janice, you can also, if she likes the kit, but it doesn't have eucalyptus, I know you're at the point where you are able to gift things. So you might say, hey, if you pick one of the kits, I'll give you my extra eucalyptus for free. So you can get it right away. And so that would be another way to help her choose what she wants. Plus, she gets something free, and you already know what she wants because you've been listening that whole time to all her needs. Liza, what do you think?
That was excellent. You said things that I wouldn't have even thought of, or well, currently not thinking of. That was great. I love what Kate's talking about, because she's making a direct connection to the power of the personal connection, which is that we have to know our people so that we know what they want, what their needs are. This is a big recommendation that I've personally never done, but is to really ask people before they come to the classes that you have or you're attending with them, what their needs are, so that as you're teaching, or as the person who's teaching it, if they're aware that respiratory issues or something, they're going to spend a little bit more time addressing that. If eczema is an issue, or other, if there's other specific issues. So this goes to the heart of the power of the personal connection, is knowing and understanding what your people want and need. With that being said, and I love what Kate's talking about in terms of offering the kits and the membership. You want to encourage her to get a kit that has a diffuser. That's the bottom line. There are 3 great kits. The 2 smaller kits, the Aroma Touch Diffuse and then the Home Essentials kits. Well, obviously the Aroma Touch Diffused kit in terms of having the diffuser, Home Essentials. But one thing I want to say that I've learned after all these years is you want to err on the side of caution in terms of giving people too many things for free up front. I'm sure you sold her those oils. I hope you sold them to her at retail and told her the difference between the retail price and the wholesale price almost up front. Another trick that I've done with people, I don't want to say it's trick. It's not like it's not tricky, but something that I've learned that to use that's effective and that is a win-win for both of us, okay, because we're not tricking people, is that if you have the oils and they want them right now, but they want to pay wholesale, will you have them enroll, have them buy what they want and need, you give it to them, and when their kit comes in, they're just replacing what they got from you. This is a really effective way right off the bat to get people, enrolled, but with the product right away. So, I get that we want people to experience them first. This is why when I started, one of the biggest mistakes I made was always telling people to start with a family essentials kit. When people said, Kate, what should I start with? I said family essentials. Do you guys know how many people I limited to that kit because of my wanting them to not spend that much, buy the smallest kit so that you can love it. Well, what happens? They all love it, and then they're all bummed that they didn't start with the home essentials kit and the natural solutions kit. So I actually did them a disservice by limiting them to my ideas about money and wanting people to not spend too much and loving the oils first. So it's the same idea when somebody comes to you with issues and they're like, if they're ready to buy, these are your buying options. If they could get doTERRA at, well, and actually you can get doTERRA, right? At like Down to Earth, and they're going to be paying beyond retail. So I think just building that value up right from the start is so important. And I think all of Kate's suggestions were right on target, Janice. So that was just kind of my 2 cents in general. But yeah, just what she needs the help in. If she's enjoying it and she's ready, help her make a wish list and give her the education that she needs, tailor it to what specific support she wants, and then the close is always the tricky part. Yeah. But I guess the moral of my story is that, or my lessons through this business is that, don't wait. Like you can start pitching the close from the second people show interest. People should know right away when they are interested in the oils, they should know right away what all their options are. Does that make sense? And so then every time you're connecting with them, you're coming back to, these are your options. These are your options. Another example, I have a mom at the bank, one of Zyler's classmates' mom. And she's been buying a bottle of oil from me here and there for, I would say, like a year or two. And she only ever buys one. Ginger, an On Guard, like just one. And she reached out to me and said, I want Breathe. And so this time I said, well, these are your options. You can pay $30 retail, or you can pay $22 wholesale by getting, a wholesale membership. And if you do on the Pu'ukukui discount card, I have like a coupon on there. People enroll with a $50 PV order. I'll reimburse them the $35 membership fee. Now, I don't recommend that to all of you guys on this call, except maybe my silver leavers and above. That's something you can decide. This is something that I personally do, and I can write them off. And, this is something that I choose to do for people. So then I said that. And if you picked up a couple, another bottle or two of oil, I could reimburse you your $35 membership fee. So she's like, okay, I'll think about it. So now probably tomorrow or Friday, I just saw her tonight. I'm going to follow up with her and say, hey, did you still want that bottle of Breathe? Did you decide what you want to do? And so the reality is I probably should have done this the last 3 times she bought a single bottle of oil. But because she was always only buying one, it seems so much easier. But the reality is we want people to have their wholesale accounts, even if they're only ordering one oil every few months. Anybody else have any insight to what Janice is talking about, or what Janice's question was? No. Anybody else have something to share? I love it, Janice. Thank you. No? Okay. I think we would all agree that as human beings, we love feeling connected to people, right? We love feeling like people value us, honor us, are thinking about us and our best interests. And I think that that's what we have to remember in this business, from our customers to our builders to our sharers to our potential customers and team members. The power of personal connection cannot be um underestimated. And so that's why your hundreds names lists are so important, keeping those updated as a way for you to continuously build those relationships and make those connections with people. I feel really rambly, and it's because I was so like on point tonight, and now I'm just like, so anybody else want to share anything tonight? All right, let's take a picture before I forget. Keisha, I would love to have you share.
Just one quick tip, because it's hard for me to remember everything. I love to just keep, for those who don't have accounts yet, and those are the ones that are buying retail from me, they're on the cusp of enrolling every month. I keep a running tab of anything they ever buy from me. And then at the end of the month, I'll be like, if you had your own account, you would have earned this much points in shipping and this much points in product back. And then that's how I've gotten 2 enrollments. They're like, wait, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, as much as you tell them, when they see it on a little list, then they're like, oh. But I'm like, but because you ordered from me, I got all your points. And just making that reality so visible to them, to show them that that's the value that you're missing out on, and your mom's getting, your auntie's getting, your friend, your coworker, whoever you're ordering from. And so that helps too, because then they're like, oh, how do you remember what I ordered? I'm just keeping a Post-it with your name on it in my planner. But it's a personal connection, and they feel like they can trust me. And then I might even go as far as to say, you already bought peppermint and lemon. I would suggest lavender, because that is good for seasonal allergies or whatever, to help them make that order.
That is so good. That was like a juicy nugget right there, you guys. That was really, really good. I do that a lot with, like I said, with the lady with the breed. You can pay $30 retail, but you're absolutely right that people do not understand what they're missing out on, and especially with the loyalty rewards program and getting shipping back. And that is such an amazing way to build that relationship, because like you said, they're like, wow, you're paying attention and you took the time to keep track of that for me, and now you're sharing with me how much I would have earned or spent, or how much I spent versus how much I would have earned and how much I would have saved. So that's a great tip. I definitely recommend
one more
that.
quick thing, though. I don't even really do it, because I used my Square app. So you can get a Square reader for $9.99 at Walgreens, Longs. You can order online. They will deposit $10 when you make your first deposit. So it's like free, essentially, the Square reader. Then you download the Square app. It tracks your customer sales. So if I'm selling retail, if I'm doing BOGO, whatever it is, I enter the customer in here. I can tap on my customer, and it'll tell me everything Alice and Aura ever bought. So the work is really done for me without even me doing anything. And I can scroll and be like, hey, look, this is your order. This is what you would have missed out on, or these are the points you're missing out on, or that's how I can make recommendations to them too.
Do people pay you through the Square app, or do you put it all in there no matter what?
I put it all in here no matter what, but they can pay me through the Square app, and it's a super small fee. You can do same day deposit and pay 1% more. But I always make sure that if they're paying me through the Square app, I charge them an additional fee too. So I try to catch them through Venmo, but I'm like, hey, but you know what? If you want to just pay me through Square, I can just email you an invoice, because it's secure. They can enter their credit card information. And then, like I said, everything's tracked on here too for auditing purposes too. That kind of made me nervous the last BOGO. I thought, well, then everything's in here, whether it's cash, check, or charge, everything's in here. It's just a matter of me printing a daily report, a monthly report, or even a yearly report. shows your customers' contact information, their purchase history, like I said. So it's free.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to take that advice. And so does it do a running total? So like I literally keep lists in my phone for BOGO week, and then I have to go back and like add all the BOGOs for each. It does that all
Yep.
for you.
Yep.
Okay. So boys and girls, today's lesson is on effectiveness and efficiency. So Mrs. Yoshida gets a correct answer and Mrs. Kabatingan got a correct answer. Were both of our strategies effective? Yes, yes, they were, because we're both getting the right answer. But when we're looking for a most efficient strategy, would you say that Mrs. Yoshida's strategy was most efficient? Or would you say Mrs. Kabatingan's was? You are correct. Mrs. Yoshida's not efficient. Mrs. Kabatingan's very efficient. All right. So thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I do use the Square app, but just when I do vendor events and people need to pay me via that. So it's great to know. And I don't even have a reader. I just use the app on my phone and
Yeah.
I can enter people's cards and stuff that way.
Manually.
But
Yep.
yeah, my reader just changed the adapter, so I never got another one. But that was great. And if you guys want more, steps to be, or more helpful tips to being efficient, talk to Kate and Keisha, not to me. All right, everybody. No, truly, I don't want to like play the importance of what we're talking about tonight. And actually, if you go to my YouTube page, I did a call on this and I meant to watch it, but honestly, I just didn't make the time to do it. I did a call on this maybe 2 years ago or something like that, before we were doing regular builders calls. And it is the cornerstone of our business. Making relationships and fostering these personal connections is the cornerstone of our business. If you're wondering why you're not enrolling, why your business is stagnant, why, all of these things that you feel might be holding you back, I really encourage you to take a really close look at how much you're personally nourishing your network. Your personally enrolled people, the people that are in your organization that maybe you weren't personally enrolled, but that already, that were placed under you. The people that are on the fence that buy from you regularly but don't have a wholesale account. Really think about your ability to foster the types of relationships that make you feel good. Because chances are, if you're facilitating and fostering relationships that are the kinds of relationships that you feel good about, that make you feel good, then you're doing that service. You're offering that service to others. So this, without personal connection, you have no business. And that's really true for, any profession that you do. I know for us as teachers, right? I mean, without that personal connection, and it's not just with our students and their parents, it's with each other, as teachers, sticking it out together. So, all right. So last week we had Beth, Lisa, Sherlyn, Kate, Tasha, and Kihao, who all came prepared with their power of their power of why. And so I'm going to use a random generator app if I can actually find it in my education random generator. So I'm going to put numbers 1 through 6. And I put, I know what I put on the side. Although Kate, if you win, I'll find something else. So Aaron at leadership, Lotus at leadership. I'm sorry, guys. Lotus at leadership gave us these beautiful gold drop pendants with a little crystal in it. They're really pretty. And then I just bought a bunch of little pill cases. It's more so that you can carry Terrazyme, On Guard, soft gels, Tri-Ease. I mean, you could carry some LLV in there if you wanted. So I think I got one of those. I had one other thing. Oh, poop. Now my brother's calling me. I got to decline this. Okay, and so Beth is 1, Lisa is 2, Sherlyn is 3, Kate is 4, Tasha's 5, and Kihao is 6. And the winner is 2, Lisa Fanning. You are the winner. So I will be sure to give you your gift. Thank you for showing up to our call with your why last week. And it's really nice. I know this is later for you, so it's really great to have you live on these calls with us, Lisa. Thanks for sticking it out with us. So I didn't take the picture yet. Let's all do that. Okay. Oh, the light's way better in my bed than in my desk. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's so good. I love you guys all so much. I'm so grateful for you. Does anybody else want to share anything about tonight's topic or anything at all that's business related that I might have forgotten? I skipped Monday motivation, Monday mindset and motivation, but I just posted something today. It's a repost from a diamond leader in the diamond group, and I thought it was full of juicy nuggets. It's kind of long. I tagged all my qualifiers in there, but I really encourage you guys to go check it out because, the best lessons that Kate and Kanani and I could teach you guys is to learn from our mistakes. I feel like that's life, right? What we try to teach our kids, but really, truly, that post really epitomizes a lot of the mistakes that I've made in this business. It talks a lot about building people's businesses for them and just really speaks to how we want to empower and lift people up. And so I really hope that you check it out, comment something on it, and make it, as you guys do your daily method of operation, try to really make those as personal as possible. And I know that some of you, I know that some of you have figured out where your strength is, whether it's text, whether it's call, whether it's email, whether it is social media, but just really make your people feel as special as they deserve, to be, to feel, and like how you want to feel as a customer. Okay, so I love and appreciate you all. Anything else, Kate? We're good? No? All right. It's so great to see you guys. You too, Kehow. It's so great to see you guys on these calls. I really appreciate it. So have a great night, and we will be back next week with, let's see what next week is. I don't have it in my planner. How is that possible? I normally always have these. Anybody? Oh, gosh. See you back next week. Oh, Kate does.
Next week is how to treat your biz like a biz.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Yes. Yeah. How to treat your biz like your biz.
Business.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Love you guys all. Bye. A few of you need to stay on real quick for a minute.